What is going on YouTube? It's your boy Thunderbyte29 here, and yep, today I am back with another video. But before we start, I am just very blown away. I'm stunned with how really well my recent video did. Thank you all so much for the overwhelming amount of love and support. You all are the best. But today we're going to do a different kind of video. We're going to rank each season of Chapter 2 from worst to best. And we are going to start with Season 6. Not surprised to some, but as you saw in my previous video, my opinion stays that this has been the worst season in all of Chapter 2. I mean, how are you going to have a Battle Royale game if you don't have snipers in it? And they basically messed up half the guns. I mean, the AR accuracy is so bad. Even the SMG is more accurate. I mean, and people just going to use the spam shotgun, which was basically familiar to the drum shotgun from Season 9. You're just going to get spammed with that, which makes the pump completely powerless against it. There are still AIs in this game, and the map is so boring. I mean, all they did was just re-edit all the locations that they put in from last season, like the desert area, and they basically just put a bunch of orange crap all over it. And you craft weapons, which is like Minecraft, kinda, like a rip-off version of Minecraft. But if you want to hear the rest of my opinions, watch my previous video. Even though that rant became my most disliked video on my YouTube channel, it also became my second most liked video on my YouTube channel so far. And number 5, Chapter 2, Season 4. This is not a surprise to some. As some of you know, I am not a fan of crossovers. I didn't like how they just made one season all about the Avengers. I mean, who wanted this? There was nobody who really wanted this. People wanted Fortnite's originality back. And this is what we get when we want it. And the Iron Man lasers and the special weapon abilities that were scattered all over the map, like Wolverine claws, Iron Man's laser, that's what really pissed off a lot of players. It even pissed me off too. Like sometimes you would get like 19 kills, or you get 10 kills, or you get like 7 kills, or whatever. And then right at the end, you get killed by Iron Man's laser or Wolverine claws. Like, that's what pissed off a lot of players. And the Fortnitemares was also stupid. Like, you get killed in the game, then you turn into a ghost, and then you basically attack players as a ghost with Wolverine claws. I mean, that's what made it so annoying. Like, it didn't feel like Halloween. Even Chapter 2, Season 1's Halloween event was so much better than the one in Chapter 2, Season 4. Alright, now moving on. Number 4, Chapter 2, Season 3. This may be a surprise to some, as some of you were probably expecting Season 5 to be on here. But the reason why I didn't like this season was just really boring. I mean, right at the beginning of the season, you have half the map freaking underwater. I mean, what's fun about that? Nothing's really fun about that at all. But I will admit that they did do a good job with the sharks. I mean, yeah, they did also do a collab with Discovery Channel with the shark event. But hey, that was fine. I actually liked that. That actually made sense. But the reason why I put it in the number 4 spot instead of Season 5 was because how political they were getting this season. They delayed the season's release because of Black Lives Matter. They secretly removed cop cars. And they delayed the Cars update because of the Black Lives Matter events that they hosted over the summer, including the 4th of July. But I do agree, Black lives do matter. But how they did it was not in a good way. They did it in a way to piss off players. I mean, like I asked before, what's the reason why we play video games? Well, I play video games to get my mind off that kind of stuff, to get my mind off reality. If you want to hear about Black Lives Matter, watch CNN or Fox News. Not in Fortnite, especially with a 9-year-old player majority. Number 3, Chapter 2, Season 5. Some of you may wonder why I put this season in the number 3 spot. Even though this Battle Pass was not that good, at least it's not as bad as Season 6's, and it wasn't an entire crossover Battle Pass like Season 4. But the one thing that this season had, that Season 4 and Season 6 barely had, was really good map locations, like the Tomato Town building, a part of Tilted Towers, and they had a building from Dusty Depot. Even though it was not the OG map that people wanted, it was at least something. And it kind of brought back the memories of the old map in some kind of way. This season at least had snipers, it at least had a pistol, and it had the tactical SMG, so you also have to take that into consideration as well, of why I decided to put it at number 3. Even though a big chunk of this map was covered in desert, at least the whole map wasn't underwater, and there wasn't a bunch of orange crap all over it like we're currently seeing in this season. This season was not that bad, but it wasn't that good either. Number 2, Chapter 2, Season 1. The reason why I put this season in the number 2 spot, it was because they didn't really do anything with the season, so it's kind of inconclusive. Because this season, they didn't really do anything. A lot of people were really excited that we were going to get a new map. It was fun, I will admit. I did have fun with it. But then after 3 weeks, it just got really boring. Epic Games, I don't know where they were that entire time, but this was the longest season in Fortnite's history. They didn't really do anything with this season. I mean, all they did was give us a couple of weapons, and they gave us a couple of presents around Christmas time. And that's all they did during most of that season. And we had a little Star Wars event, and that was it. And other than that, it was just completely nothing for 6 months. And number 1, Chapter 2, Season 2. I know I made a video on this before, but before I start digging into the season, I want to take all that back and apologize, because this was the only season in Chapter 2 that actually had a lot of fun in some kind of way. The items in the season were awesome. I also liked the helicopters, and I liked the enemy hideout locations, but the only thing I didn't like were the bots. But hey, it actually made sense, and it actually kind of worked, because you kill the boss and you get their boss weapons. But it wasn't a laser, it wasn't claws, it was actual guns, like Brutus's minigun or Midas's Tommy gun. And they brought back launch pads, which is what this game needs now, but they won't do it, and I don't know why. The helicopters, the items, the locations, and a lot of the weapons were really, really great this season, so that's basically why I ranked this season number 1. So I guess that wraps things up for this video. What do you think of this list? Tell me in the comments. Like this video and subscribe if you agree. And thank you all so much for this overwhelming amount of love and support. You all are the best, as now we close in on 1,650 subscribers. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for the overwhelming amount of love and support. And I will see you all in the next video. And this is ThunderBuddy29, sign off.